Okay, I was making this question and I realized, oh my god, that's 30 minutes? I didn't pause it properly, apparently, and I made a lot of problems there. I was thinking, that doesn't make sense. 30 minutes for, like, I was trying to make a 20 minutes question. So, let's start again. We're gonna go from exponents to exponent rules to negative exponents to linear finally equations. That's the whole plan of this thing. And yes, I'm gonna have to explain for at least 10 minutes on what I said below earlier. So we're gonna try to make it expose easiest for them. And usually in fourth grade, before we learned this, like this is like sixth grade stuff or something like that. I don't know. It's probably 6, 7, 8, 9 because we learned this throughout life, throughout our school life because we need to learn this. All right, learn this for advanced math, and usually this is like taught. So the first thing we do is by the square. You know why? Because 1 multiplied 1, 2 multiplied 2, 3 multiplied 3 is already taught, and perfect squares are taught in when we do multiplications. So it's a really good experience just to look at this and teach them that first because mathematics is a language, a communication, way of communication. So we start with things that are familiar to them and we move on slowly into building up. Over here, expand and exponent by individual variable that's needed because expanding means, well, it means this. When we have plus 2 with the FOIL thing, expanding usually means that, and we don't want that here, so we have to put the proper definition down, and not definition, sorry, proper language use over here, individual variable, making it that. But you have to teach it that, or they won't make sense. What does that mean? What does that ever mean? Unless you taught them this to the kids, or they have been predisposed to this earlier, later on. There's no way they will know this. Let me get a pointer here. Later pointer, that's better. Oh my god, so much better. Over here, as you can see over here, I have actually given the reasoning over here, and I gave you a reasoning for a lot of things. And the reason is this is the start, not the end. So when it is the start, we go easy on them. We show them the easy things. We show them slowly. We give them formula. Excuse me. We get them familiar things. Familiar, something that's obviously something that's more smaller numbers. We never do advanced long division unless you have smaller numbers already. And the same with multiplication. We don't do advanced like 135 multiplied by 167 without learning the small steps. And here are the small steps. Over here, I'm gonna do a little bit of a more advanced step over here. By that I mean not advanced as in this portion exponent, but what I'm gonna put the problem in is from the previous section, just jacked up a little bit of the hardness scale from the previous section. So I'm gonna do for that one. I'm gonna reserve that space a little bit. And over here, we're gonna start a little bit about identification. So identification. So what is that? First degree term, second degree term, third degree term, fourth degree term. How would you say it? So identify what degree term this is. And then they figure it out. Then they get the answer. That's great. Just identify. That's all I'm asking for here. That's all we need there. And again, you need to teach them all this predisposed. Only people that do well is that only people that go blaze through this, like they think they know what they're doing, is people that already know what they're doing. Literally, their parents taught them. So everything here needs to be taught beforehand. Okay, so what I'm going to put here is a question now. And this is basically a little bit of a torture game because I don't want them to really be hard. You know why? Because I try to go a little fast, but I also want to keep the theme of it being intuitive, just a little reminder, a little speck of reminder, not really that big. So if I was gonna make a question here, because this whole YouTube channel is either right now at least because right now my YouTube channel is all about trying new things. But for now, we have four things running, mostly, which is either painting, clay, and making problems. And making problems divided into many sections, mostly English and math. But math is divided in so many sections, and English is being a little bit dragged behind because I need to read a lot more books to make those questions. And I have some books that I could make questions, but I want to reread them before I actually do because whatever. Because I want them recent. But what was I trying to do here? All right, identify. Over here, I'm gonna do a little bit of harder ones, but they're gonna be a little bit. So I'm gonna go back to fractions and see. Oh, what can I put back into there? That's not that hard. And I'll say canceling each other out. That sounds like a good idea. And you have to teach them this before you actually do it, obviously. And by advanced form, I mean advanced for their age. What I mean by that is you can't give a completely two new different thing from the previous section. You have to give the same thing, just a little harder. Same thing, but a little harder. Never something new. And what do you mean by that? So what I mean by that is that if you have a previous section about, I don't know, um, division, and you have taught them about remainder division, but never taught them about point division, like 51 point blah 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 blah. You never taught them that, then you cannot put it here. You should not put it there because you haven't taught that. That's new stuff. Luckily for me, we already discussed this earlier. Making a question over here. Over here, three different type of questions, divisions that you use. So it's fine. And then I'll make this question real quick and come back, okay? So that's what I got so far. And you can see, they're not that hard. They're not hard, but they're more advanced. That's what we're going for. Nothing so extreme, like we go insane with the division. We never go insane with anything here. And they seem simple enough. And I hope you taught them about canceling out because that's needed at this. We did talk about it briefly earlier, but I don't think I actually explained it. And that's canceling out. And the more read to books, more actual way of answering that is over here. We did that briefly over here. We canceled it over here, I believe, and we did a little bit over here. But we didn't do any big numbers, and that's on purpose because we won't be doing any big, huge numbers until later on, and that's like a new concept because what you're teaching them at that point is something way different. You're teaching them how to split them apart to make it easier for you to cancel each other out. I mean, there's multiple ways to do it, but usually it's like that. And there's actually, and usually you use a calculator. I mean, I would use a graphing calculator just to do that really fast, because in the future there will be no point in doing that doing that by hand. But you need to know the process. So we got the basics done. We have showed the previous problems up over here. And now what I'm going to do, I didn't do this before. I'm going to duplicate it. Yes, you know why? I realized that this explanation just really is not really that helpful. I realized that. So I'm going to do it like this. And this is going to be the answer keys. And why not do the problems here right now while everyone's watching, hopefully. So you can download this anytime you want. It's 9 minutes long right now, so it'll be a little bit longer now. So let's do it. So I'm gonna go with a red pen, or maybe a green pen. It doesn't really matter. We know this is 1. We know this is 4. We know this is 9. We know this is 16. We know this is 25. We know this is 36. We know this is 49. We know this is 64. We know this is 81. And there shouldn't be anything we could do for actual show of work unless you want to do 1 multiply 1 equal 1. But I would recommend you only do it for 1. That's enough explanation for the whole thing. Okay? And this will be plus, why not put 2 points? We'll do that later. Actually, calculation will be done in a new pen, another pen. Over here, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? And you could do this and label this A, and this is not actual though way of explaining this, but I could do EXA, and I'll say that's okay. EXA, and you don't have to explain that. Actually, let's make this optional to show that this is optional. Put this over here, optional, and by that I mean this whole part. Actually, that's bad. You know what? I'll just say it verbally, and it's your choice to like show it or not. So if they get the answer right, there's no need to explain because they know what they're doing. But if they don't know, then the explanation will give them like no, sorry. If they do know and they get it wrong, the explanation is actually, oh, you know what you're doing. Okay, I understand. It's a mistake you made. And think about it. These are kids that never experienced math before, so they can make a mistake here. So we're going to continue now. 1, 16, 64, 36, 49. Okay, what's the difference between these two? Like, why would I ever do this? Oh, wait, did I do parentheses here? Do we need to, okay. So, over here, let me fix the mistake I just saw. You know what, never mind, I'll just do it right now. So, over here, okay, you see something over here. If you didn't know, this one doesn't have parentheses, which means all of these should technically be negative, and technically speaking, if this was a calculator. But as a human, when you write this, do you really write it like that? But in reality, that's negative. Okay, so this is -1, this is -4, -8, -6, and -7. So yeah, that's not what I was expecting at all. Huh, forgot about that. Okay, I fixed the problem because they don't know this, so you have to show them it. That's the best idea ever. Probably a good idea. So yes, I just showed them this. Oh, wait a second, I didn't. Man, I keep making this mistake. Block. And then we just have to write 2, 2, 2, 2. Good. Okay. That's good enough explanation. Over here, let's go back to red and do the rest. So over here is x multiplied by x multiplied by x. And this is 2x multiply x2. Or you could do 4x multiplied by x. Opposite around 2 works. 4x multiplied by x. No, sorry. X multiplied by 4x. Oh, that's awful. Let me just erase the whole thing. 4x multiplied by, no, you know what, that's good enough. There. Alright. And over here, 1 over x3. Oh, wait a second. Okay, the mistake I made was not making it the red color. So, oh, that was close. Okay. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were screaming at me at the comments, but it's fine. Over here, what I want you to notice is that this is x -2, which would turn it into this. But I will take this as an answer. They're fine. Okay, over here is first degree term. Alright, over here, let's do this. 6, 30, 49, and then 49 is 9, 40.5, and that's good. Hopefully I'm right. I'm right, right? Haha. Pretty sure I'm right. Okay, let's go. 45. This one over here is 16. Let me just do all this and come back. Okay, I think that's all, right? So over here, let me go with green. So this is let me calculate how I did. So let's do this as +2, +1. Explanation is up above. Let's do +1, +1, +1, +1. I guess I can do +2. I did all the points. It should be +11. That's not the max. This is because of this. This is not the max. So there's more points you can gain. And also, I said over here, if everything's wrong, still give 0.7. So if you go over here, the minimum you can give is 7.7. That's the minimum amount of points that's okay, considered. So there's a minimum, obviously, because this is something new they're doing. There's always going to be a minimum, 7.7, and I'll write min 7.7. There's no max because you can go over it because of this, and it's your choice, I think, if you want. Actually, let me just write the answer key right now. So, oh my god, I made a mistake here. Sorry. How many of you were like shouting on the comments, like saying, "Oh, that's wrong"? Okay, there. That's better. Don't worry about that mistake. If you see any more mistake, as I said, like it's 100 different videos that you can go in the bottom of the comments and list them all out, and you can say, "Hey, you made 100 different mistakes. I'm gonna really be angry. Go fix it." Haha. Anyway, yeah, you made a mistake here. So, you know what? I'll highlight the mistake and say that this is the right answer. Oh, sugars. Let me get the. So this is the right answer. See, even I make mistakes. Haha. Okay, I'm highlighting it because I made a mistake. And in the bottom of the chat, bottom of the description, you can actually check it out. Which means when you print it, you can see the whole thing. Which means if you see a mistake, it's probably going to be fixed already. If you already commented down below and I fix it, it's going to be fixed there. So, what's the extra points you can get for these two? Why not just do plus 2 there? So there's a max then. And then I'll write it with this. Oh, that doesn't come out at all. Max is 13, right? 13. Max 13. And this show works gives you partial points somehow, some way. You can show it works over here. There's works over here you can show. You can get a scratch paper, write it down there. You can write it down here, point it out here, and make a scratch over there or something like that. Anyway, I think I'm done for the most part. So I'm going to end it here. Oh, that's 20 minutes. That's actually pretty perfect. Okay. So I have to say we're pretty much done with everything, I think. So with that, you can leave and go to another video if you want. All right. But I know that I have to fill in like 2 minutes. It's my choice. I'm just joking. It's my choice. So you can see everything here. Just to make sure, I'm going to count like a few seconds just to make sure that you have seen it. So that if you want to comment down below and say that there's a mistake, go ahead. Comment down below if there's a mistake. And that should be it. With that, I have to say goodbye, and I'm done.